and listen to the bull she left on my voicemail.
Well, you see, I was going to talk about things being easy, and then I was going to talk about my hole. I got tired of smelling the hole. I couldn't smell the hole anymore. I needed to seal it off, so I didn't need to see it anymore, okay? And then I thought, why don't I just talk about my easy hole? I don't want it to smell like hole for Christmas.
There are people watching. We're not in a private area.
Please welcome to the stage David's new hole.
What am I saying here?
It's not clickbait. It's kind of clickbait.
Take a look inside. Is my
Hole.
I'm thankful for
Hole. It's been an eventful time since I filmed my last Dragmas video.
No drugs at all.
So we're gonna talk about that. Just dead stare into the camera. Let's get into it. Dragmas day 10, right? No, Dragmas day 11. I don't have a Red Bull. I have this really... You hear that? There's a peach matcha lemonade in here. I'm feeling a little bit queasy because I made this lemonade while I was still drinking my coffee, and I needed to taste test this to see if it was sweet enough. And now the eggnog and the lemon, it's not mixing well. Geez, you talk about a thick straw. It's all very hole coated.
What her husband said.
Oh yeah, Dragmas 11 starts now. Roll the intro.
You're on it.
Open the door.
But now he's dead.
I'm sorry.
The man said no, not today. Is the elephant heavy?
Certainly. I can never tell if you can see my vape in here or not. Hello, babies, and welcome back to Dragmas, your draggy Christmas countdown on the 12 days leading up to Christmas. I didn't even glue where my brow is. What was I in the middle of saying? I'm your gorgeous host, David Day. Hi, that's me, DT. And you, my sweet hole. No, I'm gonna go with it. And you, my sweet hole, have landed yourself on day 11. So Merry Christmas Eve if you're watching this on the day it comes out, or Merry whenever the hell if you're watching this whenever the hell. So like I said in the intro, I have a little bit of a story to share, but it's nothing too salacious like the title of this video would lead you to think. I don't even know where I start with this. Oh yeah, I do know where to start with this. The bulge. I mean, I guess I'm trying to use words that make it sound extra salacious, but not really. There was a bulge. What was the word I used? Bubble? Bubble. Bubble. There was a bubble in my wall. I'm really gonna keep you guessing. So yes, in my weird story aside, today we are going to talk about making things easy. Wouldn't it just be nice if things were easy for once, you know? God forbid things were easy. But no, okay, for real. So when I had my own classroom, I really went all out with the designing of the classroom. You have so many options when you're a teacher of how you want to decorate your classroom. It's something that requires a lot of intentionality, perhaps. Do you remember the things that your teachers throughout your school experience had up on the walls? There's probably one thing that you remember at some point on the walls, because that's all you're staring at the whole day is just the friggin' walls. But we're not here to talk education. But if you want to talk education, you can go to my activism and education playlist and listen to my musings on education. But that's not what we're here to do today. We're here to be a silly little baby lady, and I'm here to tell you about my hole, which also connects to things being easy. Easy hole, you get it. You're caught up, except you're not, but that's okay. So I had a set of like big Scrabble tiles, but they weren't actually the tiles. They were just on like cardstock, and you could use the letters to spell whatever you want and put them up around the classroom. I had a few things up on the wall. One of the phrases I had was be willing to be bad at something new, because I've talked about that on Dragmas and throughout my channel, and I love that. That one sticks for me too, so I hope it stuck for some of those students and maybe even for you. Be willing to be bad at something new. Oh God, because don't you want to be good at something new? Well, you have to move through the bad part. So many of us are no practice, only good kind of vibes, you know? You know. This video found you for a reason. You know what I'm talking about. But the one that I remember the most said, "This could be easy." Just those 4 simple words together. I don't remember where that came from. That probably came from something I heard or watched. I don't know if I strung those 4 words together myself. And you know what? What I'm about to describe might be super specific. But all of the times in which I tell stories and think nobody else is going to be able to relate to this, this is a unique experience. So many people can relate. And the wilder stories that I tell and people identify with them, it's just... Anyways, if this video found you, this is probably for you. If you put a lot of extra pressure on yourself to perform well, to do things, to be a perfectionist, to be a people pleaser, you know, all of the things that make you you. It can be really easy to make things harder for yourself. And a lot of the times we don't even realize we're making things harder for ourselves until somebody else is in our world and they react to it. But it's all perspective. It's like when you watch somebody fill a dishwasher. You can watch that and be just so judgmental, you know? Just read them for filth, hopefully in your head, but maybe out loud too. We make things harder for ourselves because when we're so close to the situation, we often don't see the things that other people see in us because perspective. And this phrase, "this could be easy," has stuck with me for about 5 years now. And I wanted to share those 4 words with you right now. This could be easy. That's it. Thank you. Good night. Which leads me to the next part, because I know you've been dying to hear about the hole.
Show me to me, please.
You have. You've been very excited and you've been very patient, and I do appreciate that. But yeah, so the hole and this could be easy. We are gonna connect them. Don't you worry. They are related. Oh, that went straight up. Okay, let's get to the hole.
Did somebody mention
Hole. So the last thing that I filmed in my studio here was Dragmas Day 10, because this is Dragmas Day 11. See, I knew. And it's been a big break in between the filming between 10 and 11, because as soon as I finished filming day 10, I had about 30 minutes until I needed to leave my apartment to go out, and I was in a full face of makeup. You know, you saw it if you watched day 10. Slay, day 10, love her. I was changing out of the fit that I was wearing in that video, and I was looking for a different outfit to wear in my closet. And I'm standing in my closet, and I hear a sound, and it sounds like rushing water, or honestly that something is vibrating in my closet. And once I was able to confirm that nothing was wet and nothing was vibrating, I reflected, because about 24 hours before that, I heard a similar sound in my closet, but not as loud. It was louder this time. And I'm up on the ladder grabbing the shirt that I wanted or whatever, and as I'm coming down the steps, I just notice a circle on the wall. And this is the part now where I need to show you what I saw and heard, because I'm not going to be able to explain this very well without video evidence, because how the hell would you explain this? Quick interjection before I show you the video. I mean, I guess my whole presence in your life is an interjection, isn't it? I just finished this glue stick, which means that's the second glue stick that we used for Dragmas, which means I can get 6 brow blocks from each one of those. That doesn't seem like a lot, but I was taking cute selfies before I started filming this video, you understand. Have you ever heard of curls? I'm really edging you on this whole nonsense, aren't I? Okay, so here's the video. You know as much as I knew at this point. That's loud. So that bubble was just like there. It was just the paint making that bubble, but there was rushing water behind it. Rushing water behind it. And not only that, but the water was hot, which was curious. One does wonder about the hot bubble in the closet. And I just primed my brows. You know, you've seen this before. So I didn't really know what to do, right? I had a full face of makeup on. I was supposed to leave quite soon. That was concerning. And my clothes were all in there. That's my whole closet. So the time of this video was 5:02, and the office in my building was open until 6. And I thought, you know what? I don't want to get on the phone. I don't want to call anybody or submit a form. I want a real human person that I can put this video in front of and go, so like, what do you think about that? Like, what do you think the deal is, Christine? So I went downstairs and I met, what was her name? Janice. Showed Janice the video, and she was equally as confused as I was. And she said, let's go take a look at your hot bubble together. And then field trips on, right? Me and Janice are coming up the elevator, and she's telling me about her experiences with water damage, etc. And Janice was really nice. All the people actually who came to fix my hot bubble, then wet hole. Yeah, because this gets better. All the people that helped me in my time of need were very nice and kind. So that was a big plus. And then Janice gets in my closet, you know, because that's what she came to do. And this is what she saw. You'll notice now it's leaking a little bit. There's a little bit of leakage in the hot bubble at this point. So, you know, things are progressing. And it looks like there's a little dot in there too. Where's that water coming from? That's really the main question. And the sound of it. The sound of it was just so loud, reverberating in my entire closet. And as I started removing all of the clothing from my closet, it got louder and louder because of hashtag acoustics. So then Janice said, you know who we need to call? We need to call, what was his name? I'm so bad at names. I know I texted it to people. We got to get Wayne up in here, girls. Wayne knows what to do. So then Janet phones Wayne, and Wayne comes up to my apartment and sees the bubble, and he's like, whoa, that's super weird. You have a wet, hot bubble in your closet. I'm like, I know, right? So then Wayne, who's Wayne? Seems like a perfect time to pause, right? As you're like super invested into the identity of Wayne. Because honestly, I was too. So I'm gonna make you wait just like I had to wait to get Wayne up in here to look at my hot, wet bubble. Ugh. So I'm gonna conceal. Okay, first brow is done. You figure out who Wayne is yet? Ooh, that's a lot. Oh! And now some Makeup Forever powder foundation over the brows. Who's Wayne? Well, I mean, Wayne was maintenance. You can probably deduce that. Not me gaslighting you into knowing my story before I tell it. It really does give crazy boots when the eyebrows are gone, hey? Okay, I'm quickly gonna put my tattoo brows on. And it's funny because I don't have any water that I use for my water bottle to wet my baby wipe. I probably shouldn't use lemonade, hey? Then I'd be sticky. I wanna be sticky. Just a moment. Well, I had a realization while I was gone because I usually do my brows with the water from my water bottle, which is always very cold. Do you think it's gonna go better onto my face when it's warm? Because I did like warm water. Okay, here goes nothing. That was a beautiful eyebrow application. Huh. Do you think it's gonna be the same? Okay, so apparently I should have been using warm water and not cold water. Things could be easy. That's really interesting though, because that kind of stuff is exactly the kind of thing that I'm talking about when I say things could be easy. I feel the water dripping down my mustache. Oh, that was unpleasant. It terrified me when I felt it dripping down my leg earlier. Because sometimes we do things just because of happenstance, like me using cold water and not seeing a great amount of success on the first try. I do always get it, but sometimes you just gotta shake it up and see what happens. You just got to turn up the juice and see what shakes loose. Come on, Layla McQueen. You know what I mean? Things could be easy. Things could be easy. Okay, so I'm going to carve the shapes above and below my eye, and then I promise I'm going to tell you about Wayne, because I know you've been saying, who's Wayne? I think it's time for a sip of lemonade. Lemonade? Jeez, I forgot about the Chick-fil-A girl. That's how that goes, hey? Okay, so my brows are cut quite perfectly, I might add. So, Wayne, in my closet, right? He steps up onto the ladder and he opens the lid on a hole that's in the ceiling so you can check on the water mains and there's pipes and etc. I've never been in that hole personally, but he looked at all the pipes and he said, no, these are all fine. I can't see any leaks or anything like that. So yeah, that's super weird. So then Wayne calls somebody else, and I never actually knew that somebody else's name, but I know that he had just went home for the day and had to come back to check out my hot bubble. So when this second guy comes in, he comes in guns a-blazing and he goes, yeah, that's a hot bubble. We gotta get in there. This second guy really got the party started. So this is where I have another video to show you, because this was my point of view. This is what I saw when I walked into my bedroom now with all of my clothing on the bed. And these two men, Wayne and man number 2, were in my closet. And this is what I saw.
She's like, what's behind you?
The fact that he's like 6 inches deep into my drywall and then decides to ask, wait, what's back here, is so funny to me. It just struck me as like a cartoon moment where you're sawing through a wall and you just get the perspective on the other side. Like, what if that was my neighbor's? It's not, obviously, because there's stuff in between. So yeah, he just saws out a big hole in my wall and there's a little pipe that has a leak. All that buildup just for me to tell you, yeah, I got a big gaping hole in my wall. Oh, I'll show you the hole. So I know that's why you clicked on this video, but first I'm gonna tape. Well, that's how I taped my eye, but that doesn't seem right. Or is it? Should I just do one at a time? Because I cannot see. I'm trying something a little bit different with the eye tape, so just bear with me. I think this might be it. I think this might be how this should be done. There's only one way to find out, isn't there? I feel really crazy for taping my face like this. I think this is gonna give me everything I need and more. Wow. Okay, so we're going for the stupid love palette. We're going to do a light peach in the beginning. Then we're gonna get darker with this teal as we go out. And then the nice dark brown is going to be our liner. Let's get into it, shall we? The color's done. I'm covered in it. Let's take the tape off. Oh, that's interesting. Look how far in that goes. I'm gonna get the rest of the color off the bottom of my face here, and then I'll tell you where my hole stands today. Oh, that's silly. Okay, so I have all the color. I am primed and drying. So yeah, that second man was in my apartment about, I don't know, 20 minutes, came, cut a big old hole, ripped out the drywall, patched up the pipe that had the little leak. And then he said, thank you, good night. You know, there was a lot of drywall dust on the floor and it was wet in there because, you know, there was a leak. Yeah, just a big old hole with insulation right there and it was all moist and it didn't smell great. Like, it wasn't stressful, but it was like annoying and weird, right? Not at the people because they were only there to help me. It wasn't their fault. It just kind of threw me, you know, when things throw you. And then my schedule was getting tighter and tighter. How am I going to be able to film 2 full days of Dragmas and I only have 2 full days left to do it? That doesn't give me any time to edit, and I was just stressing myself out and getting into this, like, you overachievers know how it is, and if you're watching me, you're probably similar in that vein as well. So then I just thought, why can't this be easy? Why can't I just do this in a way that works better for me? And there is a lot of privilege in saying that as well because I am my own boss. I'm looking for my chapstick. There it is. When I worked for other people, I wouldn't be able to say like, oh, I'm not doing this because it's not easy and I want to do it differently. But I guess actually now that I say that, as a teacher, there were a lot of things that I just said to myself, this could be easy. Let's just change our approach. So because that wet hole really threw me off, here's my plan on how we're going to finish Dragmas. Today in day 11, we're going to get it all together stunning and gorgeous. We're about halfway there. I'll show you the state of my hole now. Oh, I suppose you haven't even seen the hole yet, right? You just saw the bubble. You haven't seen the hole. So I got to show you my hole. And then I did put everything back in there and kind of fix it. Suppose they're going to come and fix it. Not Wayne. Wayne doesn't do that. Wayne doesn't drywall. It has to be somebody else. And it's almost Christmas time, so I don't think it's going to happen on Christmas Day. I hope it doesn't happen on Christmas Day. But in the meantime, I just had to cover my hole because I'm not leaving my jagged hole out all the time and it smells weird in there. And no, my bedding smelled like the hole. My whole bedroom smelled like hole. I don't want it to smell like hole for Christmas. So I patched it up. Not really, but I kind of did. Don't worry, I'll show ya. And then the end of Dragmas today is going to be when I am done with the makeup, but I'm not going to show you the final look. So I'm going to cliffhanger you a little bit. You won't know what the final product of this makeup look is with the rest of my drag until tomorrow, so you'll have to come back. Yeah, just cruising my album for hole pics. I know there's a hole pic. I forgot I made a video retelling this situation when I got home that night. So today I had just finished filming Dragmas Day 10. True story. I go over to my closet and I hear this sound of water. And there's a bubble in the wall full of water, hot water. And the floor was moist. It was. When you would step on it, the water would like seep up through the floorboards, like through the different tiles of wood. My closet is moist. It's a wet hole. Don't get it twisted. It was wet. I met Janice. And Wayne. Who's Wayne? Well, Wayne cut a hole into my wall. Oh, fake news. It wasn't Wayne. Wayne came to diagnose my bubble. The other guy came to cut out my hole. Yeah, Wayne got me good, gal. Yeah, there was a leak back there. You know, so I'm a little moist. A little schmutzy. It was. So Wayne's gonna come back and patch me up, you know. But that's Monday. It's funny, I said Wayne did everything and that Wayne was gonna come back. I guess I'm just obsessed with Wayne. Who's Wayne? I just like saying it. Yeah, that pic. That right there. That's what my closet looks like. That's brutal, hey? You ain't never seen a hole this big. So somebody's gonna come at some point sometime soon and do drywall-y stuff. But in the meantime, I just put a piece of art over top of it and duct taped it to the wall because I got tired of smelling the hole. I couldn't smell smell the hole anymore. I needed to seal it off, so I didn't need to see it anymore, okay? Just a metal piece of art that perfectly covered the hole. And yeah, sealed her up, put it back together, and honey, we're living. We're living, we're laughing, we're loving. Yeah, so all that whole nonsense really threw me off. So I thought, why can't this be easy? We're gonna split this look into 2 videos and it's just gonna be stunning and gorgeous. I'm really excited for tomorrow's video. I just know it's gonna take me 6 hours to complete this look today. I think it's because I'm vibing so hard. I'm just having a great time. I really do appreciate all the people that have been watching these videos. Surprisingly, so many people are watching the shorts. My viewership from Dragmas this year compared to last year, it definitely is more, but at the time of filming this, I'm still at the single digits for all of the long form Dragmas episodes, but the shorts, like most of them have 400, 500 views, and I've published 80 some of them because there were a lot of shorts. There's a lot of shorts. I make a lot of things, you know, you just keep going and then, well, if you made this one, you better make that one. And I've reached 500,000 views on my channel. I crossed the 500 subscriber threshold and like blew past it immediately. It's very exciting. I'm very thankful. I'm very overwhelmed, but probably the least anxious I've ever been because I love doing this. I love doing this so much. I enjoy the painting and sitting here and filming, but I also really enjoy the interaction with people. I didn't think my life would be brightened by the interactions I have with people online. So if you're somebody who is engaging with me in the comments and saying fun things and just like overall being nice and being present and being here, I really appreciate that. So thank you. Oh, what a lovely moment. But I ruined it by talking about it. Okay, so it's time to go under the eye with the same colors that we have up here, but just a little bit underneath for some definition. Okay, so I have it under the eyes. I don't really know. It's just inspiration struck. This is my real hair.
I don't wear wigs.
So we're done with the hole, but we're not done with making things easy. I'm trying to take that vibe with me into 2025 because that's where we're headed. That's where we're headed. The next step is I'm going to go in with my white concealer and we're gonna start working on these under eyes. What are we cooking with? We're cooking with gas, girls. Now I have the under eyes. I wanted that big dramatic white crease in there and it took some finesse because I think this little white bit is just gonna come right off because that's just powder. And it almost just looks like shadow too. It's going to continue to look like powder until all the powder comes off. So that is perfection. Now I am going to do my nose and the cheeks. Cheeky cheeks. I just feel like exercising my free will and just throwing down some white in the middle. So the skin on the bottom is done. So I'm gonna powder it up real good and then we'll start working on the top of the face. I keep having to fix this part of the brow because that curl keeps attacking it. I'm really liking the way this is shaping up. Top of the forehead is done. Now I'm gonna go in for the blush and the highlight because I can't stand to look at myself for another second without those 2 things on. Okay, I'm feeling it now. Not that I wasn't before, I'm just extra feeling it now. Now I'm putting my highlight up here. We're really going all out on the makeup today, and that is what I wanted to serve. Live, laugh, lurve, siv, saf, serve. I'm also getting manic now, but it's worth it. Okay, the next step here is going to be the stones. These are the colors that we're going for, the 3 colors of the eyeshadow, but in the stones, we're gonna rotate them, start them with the tiny, get big in the middle, and then end with the tiny. Even though I'm not painting my face on Dragmas Day 12, this is in fact the 12th face that I painted for Dragmas because of Michelle, so you know, it all works out. I've learned a lot about makeup and my personal makeup style. I appreciate this series for that. It really is a sink or swim moment of like, okay, wait, how do I do my makeup? Even this morning when I woke up, I thought, wait, how do I do makeup? I don't remember any of this. So that's one eye. It looks so good. Could really just sit here and waste the whole day away, you know? Okay, I'm gonna glue up the other side. Let's get this together, girls. I plugged my light back in and I can actually see now. Okay, get it together. We officially have stones. We have stones. Stones, we have them. So we just need a lash and a lip to get this party started. Now I just did mascara, but I'm going to do the lip before we do the lashes. Okay, so we're gonna start with the liner. The liner is there. Now we'll go in for this. This is the first time I've overlined my lips, and not by a huge amount, but by an amount. They're overlined for sure. I look like I just got filler. That is so funny. It doesn't really match the eyes, but it does match the thing I'm not going to tell you because you're not going to see the final look today. You have to wait till tomorrow for that. Okay, the last step here is going to be the lashes. Let's do it. You know this deal. The lash is glued. We place it down. Place the second lash down. Okay, divas, there it is. There we have it. She's a little bit lower, but I can feel where the problem is. It's just not close enough to the lash line, but I don't mind. Oh my God. Okay, it's time for the final sprays. This one, I'm ready to stop complaining about this. Do you think I'm actually gonna do it? Let's see. If it didn't smell the way it smells, I would be able to get on board with that. I've actually noticed that in real life, it does not look good, but on film, it looks great. So, and I am not going out today, so I do not need to look good in person, just on film. Okay, the very last step here, my sweet babies, is the dewy set. See, now this smells like coconut, beautiful, delicious summer vacation. It's amazing. The other one, I don't know what it smells like, but it smells like torture. Okay, girly wigs, here's the final and completed look for Dragmas Day 11. I thank you for sticking around with me and getting all the way to the very end. If you made it this far, leave me a coconut emoji in the comments, just like this beautiful, gorgeous setting spray with a scent that doesn't make me want to stop breathing. If you're interested in watching any other of the Dragmas videos, you can click on the playlist that rolls on the end screen here in just a few moments. Yeah, so, you know, in conclusion, keep an eye out for a wet, warm hole in your closet, because one day you might wake up and it might appear. And if you don't have somebody named Wayne you can call, you're gonna be effed in the A. Yeah, stay vigilant for that. Be aware of perspectives different from your own when you are combating a problem. And just keep in mind that the way you think is the best way to do something might not be. It sounds so basic to say that, but cliches are a thing for a reason. And it's really hard to do. It is definitely easier said than done. If you want to spend more time with me, you can subscribe to my Dismantling Hate channel, my podcast channel, my travel channel. It's all linked in the description there with Instagram and TikTok. I got 15 accounts, you know. I'm everywhere. Ubiquitous. I'm not famous. I'm infamous. I basically have 600 subscribers now, so things are really heating up. Anyway, yeah, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you here tomorrow on Christmas Day, so you can see this final look all together in one piece where we have a special finale episode. Okay, girls, I'm out of here. What do I even say at the end usually? It's late. It's late, but it smells like coconuts. My coconuts. And until tomorrow, goodbye. That's what I say. Okay, yeah, let me try it again. And until tomorrow, goodbye. Do I wave? Goodbye. I look good. Well, in this mirror, I don't look great, but in that mirror, I look delicious.
Frothy and delicious.
You're still here?